This is the review. Continue the second part of the review for halachot. It's actually halachot Sefirat HaOmer. Question number 124. What month and day do we start counting Sefirat HaOmer? Answer: the 16th of Nisan, which is the second day of Pesach. Question number 125. Sefirat HaOmer is counted between which two holidays? Answer: between Pesach and Shavuot. Question number 126. How many days and how many weeks do we count? We count 49 days and 7 weeks. Question number 127. At what time of the night is the best time to count? When the stars comes out. So you see, you have to count 49 days. If you count in the beginning of the night, you count the whole night. That's why it's better to count right when the stars comes out. Question number 128. If I doze off and I woke up at 2 a.m., can I still count the Omer? The answer is yes, you can still count with a beracha. As long as it's still nighttime, you can count with a beracha. The reason is because you still count in a part of the night. Question number 129. What if I miss an entire day of the Omer? Can I still count the next night with a beracha? So the answer here, we're talking about somebody who did not count number 3 of the Omer. Now he wants to count number 4. The answer is no. You cannot say the beracha that year. But you still have to count without a beracha. Question number 30. Basically, question number 130 is asking you to explain question number 129. Why yes or why not? The answer is the reason why you cannot, because you might not be able to make this mitzvah, the mitzvah this year. Why? Because we know that there is one opinion that the only way to fulfill the mitzvah is if you count 49 days. And since you missed a day, you'll never be able to fulfill that mitzvah this year. So you stay without a beracha. And we don't take a chance when it comes to berachot. So again, the answer I wrote is because you might not be able to make the mitzvah this year. And we don't take a chance when it comes to berachot. That's why we tell you count, but without a beracha. Question number 131. What if I miss at night and I remember the next day? Can I still count the next night with a beracha? Okay, so a guy didn't count at nighttime, but in the shul in the morning they reminded him, and he counted without beracha in the morning, like we do every morning. Can he still count the next night with a beracha? Yes, you can. Question number 132. What if I'm not sure if I counted, or if I counted the right number? Can I continue counting the next night with a beracha? The answer is yes, you can. Question number 133. Why or why not? And the answer is because there are many chances that you can say the beracha versus only one chance you can say beracha. So let's think. One chance could be you did count last night the right number. And the other chance is even if you didn't count the last night with the right number, but could be every night is a separate mitzvah. So you have 2 chances to say the beracha versus only one chance not to say the beracha, which is what? The one chance that says possibly it's a one package deal, and what basically happened, you didn't count the right beracha, so 2 versus 1, it's okay. Question number 134. When I get home from shul on Friday night, and it's after the stars comes out, should I make kiddush first or count the Omer first, and why? So the answer is count first, because you're not allowed to eat until you count the Omer. And it happens again every Friday night when I come from shul. I have to first count the Omer before we make Kiddush. Question number 134. What day of the Omer is Lag BaOmer? Lag BaOmer. So it's the 33rd, because Lamed is 30 and Gimel is 30. Question number 136. What 2 things do we commemorate on Lag BaOmer? There's 2 things that we commemorate on Lag BaOmer. A, the passing away of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and the slowdown of the plague. According to Ashkenazim, the plague which killed 24,000 of the students of Rabbi Akiva, which is a crazy number, over 700 students passed away every single day. It's a lot of people. So the slowdown of the plague was on Lag BaOmer. Question number 137. Name 3 things that one is not allowed to do during the Omer. So you can't get married, you can't listen to music, and you can't take a haircut. Question number 138. Why? Because of the students of Rabbi Akiva who passed away during this time. 24,000 students. How many students of Rabbi Akiva did Rabbi Akiva have? And why did they die? 24,000 students because they did not respect each other enough. Question number 140. Is Sefirat HaOmer from the Torah or from the Rabbah? A. Of course, Sefirat HaOmer, it's a mitzvah that is mentioned in the Torah. However, nowadays, that since we don't have Korban HaOmer, some say it's only a mitzvah from the rabbis. Some say even nowadays it's mitzvah from the Torah. Question number 141. What happened on the 34th of the Omer? According to Sfaradim, that's when the plague slowed down. Question number 142. How many mitzvot did I do if I counted the Omer, if I counted all 49 days of the Omer? So some say I made 49 separate mitzvah because every night is a separate mitzvah. Some say the whole thing is one mitzvah. Question number 143. Why don't we say Shechianu when we count the Omer? Answer, because it's a mitzvah without an action. And the rule is you don't say Shechianu on a mitzvah that doesn't have an action. Question number 144. Should ladies count the Omer? So the answer is they don't have to count the Omer. Okay, but if they want, they can. Sephardic ladies should try to avoid. Sephardic ladies can count without the beracha. Ashkenazim with beracha. According to the Kabbalah, ladies should not count the Omer at all. Question number 145. Should kids under bar mitzvah count the Omer? Answer is yes, they can. Even if they missed a few days, they're allowed to count. Okay? They have a practice mitzvah. Question number 146. What if a kid under bar mitzvah forgot to count one day of the Omer? Can he still count the next night? The answer is yes, he can count the next night with the beracha. So we are more lenient when it comes to kids under bar mitzvah. Question number 147. Why by Sefirat HaOmer each person have to count for himself? So the answer is, if you look at the pasuk that says, the pasuk says, Usfartem lachem, count for you. Each one count yourself. Question number 148. What if I counted the days, but I forgot to count the weeks? Some say it's okay, but some say no, you did not fulfill the mitzvah unless you count the weeks too. For example, today is 43 days la'omer, which are 6 weeks and 1 day. And if a person only said 43 days la'omer, some say he did not fulfill the mitzvah. 149. What if you're not sure what day it is, and there is no way for you to find out? Okay? So again, I'm going to sleep. There's nobody to ask. I don't have a cell phone. I'm not so sure if it's 44 or 43 or 42. So the halacha says you can count every possibility without a beracha. You can say Ayom 43 yom omer, Ayom 44 yom omer, Ayom 45 yom omer. And since if you find out tomorrow that you did count one day good, it's okay. 150. What if someone asks you at night how many days it is today, la'omer, before you count it? Okay, what should you do? Can you tell him? The answer is you cannot tell him the answer, because if you tell him the answer, you yourself will lose the beracha. Question 151. What should you be very careful not to do on Lag BaOmer? Don't walk around and say Ayom Lag BaOmer before you counted the Omer. 152. What if you started the beracha thinking that today is the 16th day of the Omer, but by the end of the beracha you realize it's only 17, and you said the right number? The answer is it's okay. It's not the best. You really should know the number before you say the beracha, but since at the end you said the right number, you're okay. What if by mistake you said today is Lag BaOmer before you counted? Did you lose the beracha? The answer, you didn't lose the beracha, because since you didn't say Ayom Lag BaOmer, which is 4 weeks and 5 days, you can still say the beracha. Question number 154. Why did Hashem give us 2 tablets? Answer, because each one represents something else. The first tablet represents laws between us and Hashem, while the second tablet between a person and his friend. Question number 155. What is the first commandment? So basically, the next question now about the Ten Commandments. So what is the first commandment? Believe that Hashem is your God who took you out of Mitzrayim. Question number 156. What is the second commandment? Don't believe in any other God. Don't make any statue. Don't do any avodah zarah. Question number 157. What is the third commandment? Don't mention Hashem's name in vain. Question number 158. What is the fourth commandment? To keep Shabbat. Question number 159. What is the fifth commandment? Honor your father and mother. 160. What is the sixth commandment? Don't kill. 161. What is the seventh commandment? I think it's going to be, seventh commandment. Don't take away someone's wife. Don't commit adultery. Question number 162. I think that will be a surprise for some of you. What is the eighth commandment? It says don't steal, but it doesn't mean don't steal money. It means don't kidnap. Okay, how do we know? Because the first three commandments on the second tablets are all punished by a death penalty. Don't kill, death penalty. Don't do adultery, death penalty. Don't kidnap, death penalty. It's not don't steal money, there's no death penalty. Question number 163. What is the ninth commandment? Don't be false witness. Question number 164. What is the 10th commandment? Don't desire your friend's belonging, like his house and etc. Question number 165. Why is the mitzvah of honoring your father and mother put on the right tablet? I mean, isn't it it's not between us and Hashem, okay? And the answer is, there are three partners in the creating of a person. Your father, your mother, and Hashem. And since there is no way to honor and do things for Hashem in this world, Hashem says, if you honor your father and mother, it's going to be considered to me like you honored me. So it is between a man and his friend, and Hashem. Question number 166. What happened on Lag BaOmer? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai passed away. Question number 167. When did Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai live? At what timeline? The answer is, he lived after the destruction of the second temple. He was actually the second generation after the destruction of the temple. Question number 168. Who was his rabbi? His rabbi is Rabbi Akiva. Question number 169. How many times his name is mentioned in the Gemara, and what do we see from it? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is mentioned 2,000 times. His name is mentioned 2,000 times in the Gemara. And we see that he was a great tzaddik and a great scholar. Everybody knows Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was a great tzaddik, but he was also a great scholar. Question number 170. What was the story with the Romans? So, I told you the story. There was a guy named Rabbi Yehuda Bar Elai, who praised the Romans, said, look at the great thing they did. They built bridges and bathhouses. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said, no, all they did is for themselves. The bridges to collect tolls, the bathhouses to honor themselves. Rabbi Yosef kept silent. And later, the Romans found out what was going on in this conversation. How was the story revealed to the Romans? There was a guy named Yehuda ben Gerim, and he was there, and he went around and he told the story until the Romans heard it. Question number 172. What did the Romans decide to do with each of the rabbis? So Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who spoke against them, they punished them, they decree a death penalty on him. Rabbi Yehuda, who spoke good about them, they gave him a great job. And Rabbi Yosef, who didn't say good or bad, they sent him to exile. Question number 173. What did Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his son do at first? So first they went to shul, and the wife, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's wife, used to provide him with food. Question number 174. Where did they go after? They didn't want to stay in the shul because they were scared that the Romans will find out. So they went to the north of Israel, to the Galil, and they stayed in a cave. Question number 175. What miracle did Hashem do for them? Hashem put for them a fresh spring of water and a carob tree. Question number 176. What used to happen on Shabbat? So every Shabbat the carob tree brought out dates so they can eat better food. Okay? Question number 177. How long did they stay in the tree? So first they stayed for 12 years straight. Then they came out, and they came back to the cave for another year. So altogether 13 years. Question number 178. What were they doing there? They were learning Torah all the time. And Eliyahu Navi used to come and teach them secrets of the Torah, which is called Kabbalah. Question number 179. When did they come out? After the Roman emperor who wanted to kill them died. Question number 180. Now we're starting the halachot of Chag HaShavuot, which we just went over them. Question number 180. What comes on the 50th day of Sefirat HaOmer? Of course, Chag HaShavuot. Why is it named Chag HaShavuot? Because it comes after 7 weeks of counting and preparing. Question number 180. What do we add to the blessing of the holiday? So Chag HaShavuot is a holiday of Matan Torah. So we say, Zman Matan Toratenu. Question number 183. What is the minhag to put around the house and the shuls for Chag HaShavuot? Flowers and besamim, herbs that smells good. Question number 184. What is the reason for this minhag? Because on Matan Torah, every word that came out of Hashem, the whole world filled up with great smell. That's the reason for the besamim. Also, Har Sinai, with every word that Hashem spoke, Har Sinai was decorated with flowers. Question number 185. What is the minhag to eat in the morning of Chag HaShavuot? So minhag is to eat dairy. Ashkenazim eat the whole Chag HaShavuot dairy. Sfaradim only in the morning. Question number 186. What is the reason of this minhag? Because when Bnei Israel received the Torah, they realized that the kitchen is not kosher. You see, every mitzvah was into them. They came home and they couldn't eat meat. They couldn't prepare it. It takes a long time to prepare kosher meat. So they ate dairy. In order to commemorate it, we eat dairy. There's another reason, because the Torah is compared to milk and honey. According to this minhag, you should eat not just the dairy, also honey. Question number 187. What minhag do we have on the night of Chag HaShavuot? We stay up the whole night and we learn Torah. Question number 188. Why do we have this minhag? Because when Bnei Israel got the Torah, they slept the night before. They got it in the morning, they slept the night before. Which was a mistake on their end. They should have stayed up and do their final preparation for Matan Torah. Now, because the holidays happening every single year, like every single year, greatness comes from Shamayim on Chag HaShavuot, we stay up and we do the final preparation before Matan Torah. Question number 189. Are you allowed to make Kiddush on Chag HaShavuot early? Okay? Before it's dark, as the same as we do on Friday during the summer? Answer is no. You have to wait for Tzedek Ochavim. Since the Kiddush is like the counting of the 50th day, so it has to be the 50th day. Question number 190. What is the promise of the one who stayed up the whole night and learned Torah? He will not die this year and nothing bad will happen to him. Question number 191. If you stay up the whole night, do you have to wash your hands in the morning? You still have to wash your hands in the morning, but you do not say the beracha. However, if you slept for 30 minutes or more, then you can even say on Netilat Yadayim. Question number 192. What is very important to remember when you stay up the night of Chag HaShavuot? The rule is that if you're not learning, it's the same as you're sleeping. So don't just stay up. You have to stay up and learn. Otherwise, you might as well go to sleep. Question number 193. Do you have to learn the special learning, or can you learn anything that you want? So obviously, it's better to learn the special learning. If you cannot, because you get very, very tired, you are allowed to learn whatever you want. Question number 194. What is very important to remember the next morning when you pray Shacharit? So tefillah is something so important that if you're not going to pray good, we tell you you might as well go to sleep and not stay up. Question number 195. What do we read the next morning from the Torah? And the answer is we read the 10 Commandments. What does it say about this reading? It says anybody who is listening to the 10 Commandments on the day of Chag HaShavuot, it's considered to him like he stood by Har Sinai and received the Torah. 197. What should you do during the day of Shavuot? You can rest, but you also have to set some times for learning. The minhag is to say the Tehillim, the whole Tehillim, on each day of Shavuot. 198. Question number 198. What do we call the action of transferring fire from one candle to another candle? And are you allowed to do it on any holiday? The answer is it's called ma'avir me'esh le'esh. You are allowed to do it on any holiday that you're allowed to eat. You're not allowed to do it on Yom Kippur, or of course not allowed to do it on Shabbat. Question number 199. What should you do with the toothpick after lighting the candles? You're not allowed to turn the fire. Okay? Just put it down and allow the fire to die by itself. Put it down so slowly. Question number 200 and the last question. What are the things that you're allowed to do on a holiday but you're not allowed to do on Shabbat? So there's only two things that differentiate between a holiday and Shabbat. On a holiday you're allowed to cook, not to create fire. You're also allowed to carry. You're allowed to carry on the holiday only if you actually need that.